This second poem I'm reading couldn't be more of a stark contrast from the warm, friendly wit of the Drinkwater poem. It's a dark, violent poem, and it's one that Glenn Hall asked me to read at his wife Sue Porter's funeral. The poem grew out of the turbulent, tragic relationship of Hughes and Sylvia Plath. It describes an all-consuming love that grows monstrous and consumes itself. It's not easy to find images from our walking snaps to complement this one. We'd need to have walked on a shadowy night, past occasional flashing rockets. But it's a brilliant poem. Like the poem, Sue was a strong and sensitive person. She could be as formidable as this poem, and it's not surprising that this was one of her favourites. Lovesong. He loved her, and she loved him. His kisses sucked out her whole past and future, or tried to. He had no other appetite. She bit him. She gnawed him. She sucked. She wanted him complete inside her, safe and sure, forever and ever. Their little cries fluttered into the curtains. Her eyes wanted nothing to get away. Her looks nailed down his hands, his wrists, his elbows. He gripped her hard so that life should not drag her from that moment. He wanted all future to cease. He wanted to topple with his arms round her, off that moment's brink and into nothing, or everlasting, or whatever there was. Her embrace was an immense press to print him into her bones. His smiles were the garrets of a fairy palace where the real world would never come. Her smiles were spider bites. So he would lie still till she felt hungry. His words were occupying armies. Her laughs were an assassin's attempts. His looks were bullets, daggers of revenge. His glances were ghosts in the corner with horrible secrets. His whispers were whips and jackboots. Her kisses were lawyers steadily writing. His caresses were the last hooks of a castaway. Her love tricks were the grinding of locks, and their deep cries crawled over the floors like an animal dragging a great trap. His promises were the surgeon's gag. Her promises took the top off his skull. She would get a brooch made of it. His vows pulled out all her sinews. He showed her how to make a love knot. Her vows put his eyes in formalin at the back of her secret drawer. Their screams stuck in the wall. Their heads fell apart into sleep like the two halves of a lopped melon. But love is hard to stop. In their entwined sleep they exchanged arms and legs. In their dreams their brains took each other hostage. In the morning they wore each other's face.
Darling, we're late. The curtain descends, everything ends too soon, too soon. I wait, darling, I